Hi, welcome to Charm City Library. I know you're a regular. I just love saying that. What can I do for you? I am at your service. Just a return? Sure you don't want to grab a new book to take home? We just got a bunch of old paperbacks from an estate and we wrapped them up in brown paper so that people could take them on blind dates. Do you want to try one? You never know what you'll get. Oh my. Excuse me. Hey, excuse me, you've had this book for 6 years. What the heck is wrong with you? Do you have any idea how much you owe in late fees? Listen, you may not think it's a big deal, but my family has guarded this library for 78 years. It's our shrine. And this kind of behavior dishonors the institution. It dishonors me. Ender's Game is the most stolen book in the nation. While you've been hoarding this, we've had to replace it 3 times. 3. And do you have any idea how frustrating it is when a patron asks for a book and I have to tell them that somebody stole it again? Not only have you deprived your fellow tax-paying citizens a seminal and award-winning science fiction treasure, but the money we spent to replace it could have been spent doing so many other things. We teach classes. We hold events. We provide access to computers and to the internet. We keep the lights on. And we buy new books. None of that is free. Just what were you thinking, you... May I see your library card, please? Oh my gosh. I was so worked up, my ears were twitching. Oh, see how bushy my tail is. That's how stressful that was. Of course, I'm so sorry. I completely understand. Thank you so much for returning this little lost book. It doesn't happen often, but that's why we stamp them property of Charm City Library. I should have realized. If you were the one who checked it out, why, I would have seen it on the computer when you came in last week. Or, the week before that. Oh, I think I need to calm down. Oh, mercy. I'm going on break. I need coffee. Or a nap. Listen, thank you for finding this and bringing it in. And I am sorry about biting your head off. Can I apologize to you? Maybe buy you a drink? Just a little joke. We've got a coffee pot and a tea kettle. There may be some very old crackers around here somewhere, too. They're probably cardboard by now. Come on, don't be shy. I know the door says staff only. Chronic rule follower, I see. It's okay. I'm the librarian, and what I say goes. Inside you go. Go on. Have a seat. So what's your poison? I'm going to make some fresh coffee, and we have Earl Grey, herbal lemongrass, sleepy time, Irish breakfast, green, decaf green, and a few loose tea bags that might be anything. Might be some of that rose tea we had earlier. Or maybe peppermint. Honestly, these little mystery brews is where I got the idea for wrapping up the blind date books. Excellent choice. You passed the test. I'm just messing with you. Loosen up a little. Gosh, I know I need to. This is my first year behind the front desk. I've been reshelving books since I learned to read, but this was a big step up. It feels like such a heroic responsibility, even though on most days nothing happens. It's just, I'm technically on duty to protect the library right now. Before it was always my dad or my brother's responsibility, but, well, I guess they trust me. For at least 8 hours at a time. I'm not worried right now. There's a CCTV right behind you, so I can watch the entrance and the back door and chat with you all at once. And I definitely gave you a little bit of the old shrine maiden ferocity, even though you came as a pilgrim. And that means I've got to make sure you're okay. Rules are rules. You're under my protection. For at least as long as you want to be. Oh, that's a good question. A shrine can be anything. Monuments, temples, parks. You should see the Kitsune at Disney World. There's an entire clan working the rides and concessions. The shrine adopts the family, and the family protects the shrine, and the shrine preserves the family. To a Kitsune, nowhere in the world feels like home without a shrine nearby. At least that's what my dad says. Yeah, protect is kind of a vague word on purpose. Like, obviously, we're not going to let anyone burn down the library. Arson is a pretty universal no-no for shrine caretakers. Traditionally, we also repel any assault on the shrine, so there's a little martial arts training that comes with the gig. I won't tell you where the weapons are hidden, but they're very secure. I mean, there's little kids here after all. So technically, you have a bodyguard right now. How does that feel? You got any enemies I should know about? Anything that I should be protecting you from? Maybe you should make some enemies. Then I could show you my jujitsu. Hi-ya! Look at you, nerves of steel. Sometimes I do wish it was all martial arts, because the rest is a lot harder. We have to decide for ourselves what protecting the shrine means. And to me, well, libraries for people. All the stories and knowledge are to be shared, because that's what gives the library purpose. So when I thought you were purposely withholding a book, I interpreted that you were kind of damaging the spirit of the library, weakening what it means for this shrine to be a library, So, yeah, that's what got me in such a ruffle. I should have put two and two together. You're always coming in and out, reading all sorts of stuff. I check you out so often. Check you out a book, don't think I haven't seen you straightening books when you thought nobody was looking. Nothing happens here without me knowing. So I guess I have checked you out, in a sense, to make sure you're all right. A pilgrim. That's what we call someone who helps realize the shrine. It's hard to explain just part of it without explaining all of it. Don't worry if it doesn't make sense up front. It's just nice to be having a drink with you. Oh, speaking of. There you are. Room for milk? Perfect. Gosh. I must be starting to sound like Gran, all this talk of shrines and pilgrims and family destiny. She was a refugee. She came to the city around my age. Hard to imagine doing something like that. Deciding for people who haven't even been born what their life is going to be like. Well, I guess we all do that, but the Kitsune are a little more deliberate about it. It makes it hard to pull up our roots. Destiny. Yeah, I love being a librarian. I was born to be one. But maybe I could choose something else if I wanted. There's shrines out there that don't have a family yet. They've got to get one somehow. I read about a family of one living out on a lighthouse. Sleeping during the day, maintaining the light all night long, writing letters, walking on the shore. And when the lighthouse keeper got too old to climb the stairs, the lighthouse called for another wandering Kitsune. And the two were together. The old guardian wasn't alone anymore, and the young one got to learn to love the lighthouse in the same way. I think that's very romantic. I've spent my whole life in this little burrow, and I know the world is so much bigger. I know. I love books, but, well, they only hint at something. I want to see for myself. Something out there is calling me, I think. I want to go out into the world and do something that makes me a little excited and a little scared. Find my own lighthouse. Message. There's a response. That's my brother. He said he can cover me if I go out to lunch later today. I don't know what the rest of your day is, but if you wanted to, we could meet up. I want to hear about your shrine, whatever that might be. You know, what's your purpose in life? Just some small talk like that. Go on, pick some place. You eat food, don't you? Then let's have some together. What do you like to eat? Oh, I've heard of that place, but I don't think I've been there before. Sounds like fun. Could you pick me up in about an hour? I know that's lame, but a minute ago, someone came up to the front desk, so I need to get back to my job. Thank you so much. It's a date.